This video is now in session, and the United Kingdom is currently facing a fuel shortage. So the context for this situation is that truck drivers are starting to get less and less in the United Kingdom as the pandemic starts to ease down in the United Kingdom. We are seeing people kind of leave their current jobs and try to attain a job that has better opportunities, that makes more money, and that has a better working environment. And truck drivers, their environment is pretty poor. Their, job conditions are not that great, and they don't get paid that much money in return. So a lot of truck drivers started leaving their jobs, and truck drivers are important. They are important to distribute gas from oil pipelines all the way to local gas stations like this one right here. And when there are not truck drivers around, then gas cannot be delivered and a shortage starts to happen. And basically how this shortage happened is the same, it follows the same manner of the gas shortage that happened in the southeastern United States when Colonial Pipeline was hacked by hackers. And it's the same, social aspect of it, which is that people, when they hear that gas is running out, or that rather there might potentially be a gas shortage, then everyone tries to get gas, and that makes a possible gas shortage inevitable. And that's what happened in the United Kingdom, which is that when reports started coming out that truck drivers might not be able to deliver gas, or gas stations might not have enough truck drivers to deliver gas, then people started going to gas stations and using up all of the reserves that the gas stations had. And now we are seeing a shortage that didn't need to happen go even further. Now, why did this happen? It's because of two reasons. First, Brexit, and second, just the general climate of jobs around the world. So the first part is Brexit. Brexit involves trade, and for the United Kingdom, it's when they were part of the European Economic Zone, they were able to freely have lorries come in and out of the nation in order to deliver gas, and to have people from other nations help deliver those gas lines. But now that Brexit has happened, and now that Britain is fully out of the European Union, if someone wants to work as a truck driver in the United Kingdom and they currently live in France, then it's much harder for them to do so, because now through customs and immigration, it's gotten harder to essentially conduct trade between those two nations, and we are thus seeing people leave jobs in the United Kingdom and stay in the European Union. The other thing is that they don't have the United Kingdom doesn't have as large of a trade partnership with the European as they used to have when they were actually part of the EU. And that's a problem because a lot of gas for the United Kingdom comes outside of the UK. It comes from through European nations, and thus trade is now harder. And that's why you see Boris Johnson essentially try to go to the US to start a trade agreement, to go to other countries to initiate some kind of trade, trade platform, because Johnson is increasingly getting desperate for a trade deal, because if he doesn't have a trade deal, then problems like these will worsen, and that means political jeopardy for Boris Johnson in 2024. Now, it's 2024, it's too early to talk about that, but Johnson, he is essentially at a worse state than he was 2 years ago because of the effects of Brexit, because of the effects of the pandemic. And that is something to note for the entire world. The world will have to realize that a lot of these low-paying jobs that aren't super high quality in their job lifestyle, they essentially will have to be turned over to robots. Jobs like trucking. Trucking is something a lot of people like to do, but the majority of people who do trucking don't want to do it because they have to do it. They don't want to do it, but they have to do it because it makes them some sort of income. But now that we're seeing more jobs open up in higher sector areas, we are seeing people leave trucking for higher paying jobs and better quality jobs, and thus we have certain jobs, low level entry jobs like trucking, and other jobs like being a restaurant worker or being or being a janitor. These kinds of jobs start to become widely open for anyone to take, and that's a problem when no one wants to take those jobs, because then you have essential goods not being delivered. You don't have enough truckers to deliver goods to the general society. You don't have enough fast food workers to serve people food and make profit for that franchise. You don't have enough people who can maintain cleanliness in certain areas. So these kinds of understaffed jobs will have to be turned to robots now or later, because this is like the best time to do it, because people have a choice of what kind of job they want to have. They can go for a better job than they currently have. So for these entry jobs, the best way to fill them is to use robots, and this, I guess, is the perfect time to do it, because people don't want these jobs. Eventually, we will get back to an environment where people will have no choice but to have these jobs. But for now, we could turn them over to robots and have people strive for better paying jobs that have a better lifestyle. And that's the most important part for the job sector, which is that a lot of people have a choice now because of the stimulus package that was passed by Biden and and that they also have more money and cash reserves to use in the event that they don't have a job. So now they don't have to try as hard to get a job, and they can shoot for something that is a tiny bit out of their range, because they have money to do so. So that's the end of this video. That's the main point. And also, we're going to somewhat decrease our the amount of videos that we output per day. So we're going to decrease from 7 videos, so that means daily, to 4 videos a week. So that includes Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And that's primarily because we are starting to get busier, but also because we want to make higher quality videos. Making 7 videos, making a video per day is a very tough thing to do. So we just want to spend more time on focusing on certain issues rather than trying to justify videos, or rather than trying to talk about less necessary things just for the sake of getting a video out. So that's something to note. But yeah, this video is now adjourned, and I'll see you in the next one.